Hold on. They're here, but I'm gonna just because my Zoom is not working for some reason.
Oh,
I mean, it's working, but
I just saw you like a second ago.
Did you see my camera?
I did.
Let me see here. This actually might work. I just have to HD Pro Cam. This is my FaceTime, which doesn't work.
Yeah.
Hold on. I want my Zoom cam to work, man. What the fuck? Well, I got a fucking dope camera here. This should be working. All right. Fuck it. That does.
I look super shiny today.
You do. You look good. Hold on. Let me. Before I'm kind of frozen, so let me just stop video here for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
FaceTime video.
There he is.
Oh, I'm in a different place today.
Yeah, you're in a different place. I was going to say, man.
I know because they're doing some construction outside my office, so it was too noisy.
I got the same thing. I just made them leave, and then I have a leak, so they're going to come back tomorrow. I'm like, nah, I can't do it. But I will have a cannabis delivery. Unfortunately, in the middle of our show.
Oh, really? That's going to be kind of
So I'm like, sorry guys, I have to go get my weed. I'll bring it. It'll be live.
All right, should I let them in? Are these the guys, the volleyball player guys?
No, these are the guys that have the beard bros.
Okay.
Are they volleyball players? I don't know. Let's ask them.
I don't know. I don't know who the beard bros are.
All right, let's ask them, and you'll know.
It's exciting. Yeah. How do you know them? Just through some shit? I don't know. You know,
shit,
people.
Man. I know people.
You fucking know people. You know. Okay, I'm gonna find them. Hold up. Let's let them in. We're letting them in. Peace. They're in. All right.
Let's see them.
There they are.
All I see is weed.
I see
Jeff. I don't see Bill. What's up, man? Is it only you?
Hey. No, we're gonna have to change our background. It's just not.
Is Bill blending into the background?
I am
here. You're blending into the background of your beard is blending into the weed.
Show up at all.
That's hilarious.
Bill's here.
There he is. I saw him for a second.
I'm gonna go change my shirt, I guess. Put it back on our logo. I'll go change the shirt.
Oh, is it the shirt? I
haven't been able to quite figure it out.
Something with the green screen just makes you disappear.
I know.
There you are. You're a guy.
I'm the son.
That's Bill's son, actually. He's the next gen beard.
Okay.
Trying to figure it out for him.
There's a lot of beards in that.
You guys definitely. I can see the resemblance. What's your name? Bill's son.
Braden. My name is Braden.
Braden. If you shave your head, I think
I can't do that. I have to be the one, at least the one with
one guy without a shave.
Come on, man. We can all do beards and shaved heads, man.
It must just be me. I'm invisible. I'm literally back in the screen.
That is the funniest, man.
Yeah, it's funny. No, you're gone.
I know.
I can see you. I can see you. There he is. Maybe if you stop, maybe if you move up.
Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna have to do.
Or maybe just no virtual background. But what is really?
Yeah, we're gonna. Well, you don't want to. We just have a crappy wall behind us at this point.
He just disappeared. Okay, now you're.
This is
hilarious.
Try the grass.
All right. Want to see a magic trick? Bill, you should do it this way. This is a magic trick. Watch me disappear. Bam. I just move back.
I might just leave it at this.
So you slide over a little bit, and that's enough of a clear.
Yeah. Well, there I am.
There you are.
Now we've lost. Take it off.
Oh, there he is. Oh, that's
not an ideal background or couch. Okay.
Honestly, I just watched a little bit of the one with Chavo, and he was sitting in like his book room or office or something. And the other guy was just in the office with a bunch of stuff.
On home, right? Like nobody. I mean, I have my background, but it's just my records.
Yeah,
I do have my book prominently displayed that nobody can see. It doesn't matter.
A little better the other way.
I'm trying to get this out of there. No, that's this. Just turn that off. All right, we're adjusting. It's funny because we just did a Friends podcast with the background. It worked fine the whole time.
We're cursed.
You know what? Can we impose the background in editing, John?
Don't worry about it. We're good. It's unless it looks bad to you guys, we're not worried about it.
You guys look great. There it is. We should do that for real. By the way, just as a heads up, I may get a weed delivery in the middle of this, so I may have to excuse myself. It'll be like, we'll make it part of the show.
That's okay. I think that's funny.
Yeah, they just texted me and said, we'll be there in 56 minutes. I'm like, fuck, I'm in the middle of a show, but whatever.
All right.
So just so you know, the way it's going to work, we'll freestyle and ask, you guys can tell the audience about yourselves and all this stuff. And I have some questions. And at the end, I basically ask all the guests 3 questions, like, your first cannabis experience, music and whatever. Then after you're done, you're free to go. So you can disconnect. And then John,
and we just riff after that. Talk about you guys. It's nice to meet you guys. I'm John, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
I'm Bill, the disappearing man.
Yeah,
Bill.
Jeff is the handsome one, and
Bill's the one
Bill
that's
is
invisible.
Bill is the wise one.
Yeah,
I like that.
like a wizard. Okay. Well, this is good to know. Good for me to know. Yeah. So, Len, I'll count you off when you're ready. Are you ready? Oh, wow.
I'm ready.
Yeah. All right, cool. Okay. Let me, all right. 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of Everything is Personal. And as always, my beautiful co-host, the wonderful, great, intelligent, talented Mr. John Small.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Len.
Big applause. Big applause. So I'm excited. We have great guests with us. And it's, let me, do you pronounce your last name as Levers or Levers?
It's Levers. We get levers a lot, but it is
That's what I thought. I wanted to make sure. And also, before I introduce you guys, I just want to know, it's one of the most difficult questions that you're going to be asked in the show is it Beard Bros or Beard Brothers?
Jeff can answer that one.
It's funny you asked that one because we do get that one confused a lot as well. It is Beard Bros.
Yeah. Bros. Okay.
Even though we are real life brothers.
Yeah.
Right.
It actually started out as Beard Bros Farms and got shortened.
Right.
So we were cultivators first. So it was always the Beard Bros.
Yeah,
Farms.
I definitely want to talk about that stuff too. All right. So I didn't do it in proper introduction. I apologize. But with us today, we're really grateful to have Bill and Jeff Levers of Beard Bros. So
we're very happy to be here. We appreciate the invite.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. So I want to talk to you guys about, first of all, you guys are PA guys, right? You're from Pennsylvania.
Yes, sir.
Born and raised.
Yeah. What part of Pennsylvania?
Central and Eastern. I grew up mostly in State College. Jeff grew up mostly in the Easton Allentown area.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I'm a Philly guy, so that's why.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
That where Mayor of Easttown is from? Have you guys been watching that? Mayor of Easttown? Have you guys not been watching this show that takes place in central Pennsylvania? No?
I saw a trailer for it, but I have not watched it.
I don't know if Easttown is a real place. Is there an Easttown?
Oh, that's the name of the show? Easttown?
Mayor of Easttown. Yeah. It's Kate Winslet plays like a tough talking cop, and it's a murder.
Oh, it's an HBO show. Yeah.
It's an HBO
I think that's different. That's East Town. This is Easton, like the baseball bats.
Oh.
Yeah. Easton. Yeah. Allentown. Yeah. I said Easton Allentown, and it probably sounded like Easttown.
No, Easton. Yeah. Allentown. Yeah.
And is Easton where they make the famous baseball bat that I had all my life?
I think that's actually Easton, Maryland.
Yep, there's several different states within Easton, and I think he's right. I think it's Easton, Maryland.
All right, damn it.
One of their claim to fame is the Crayola factory. They make Crayolas in Easton.
All right, so I have a little story. My dad used to be an engineer, and he made the first robot arm for the Crayola factory that actually grabs those crayons and sharpens them, puts them in it. He designed that. So
that's super cool.
Yeah, that was his. I always remember that. He took me to the factory.
Did he invent the claw that goes into, the claw?
Which claw?
Nobody knows any of my references today.
No.
Saying things, the thing, and everyobody's gonna what the fuck is that?
Yes, the claw. Of course. The claw. I learned not to deny in improv. It's a yes. Yes, John. Yeah. Of course I know the claw.
You like the toy claw? Like that one?
The claw,
You mean the one in the video games?
Yes, in Toy Story, the video thing that comes in, he didn't invent the claw? No.
Yes, he did. We'll take credit for everything.
Super rich if he invented that shit. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's not super rich. He didn't invent anything. He worked for a company and he made the thing. So anyway, crayons. All right. So we started talking about cultivation, right? So I'm super curious about, you guys started originally as cannabis guys, right? Like you were cultivating, and then I remember us talking at one of the events, and we were doing some extracurricular activities, so my memory is a little bit fuzzy, if that makes sense. But I remember you guys ran into some interesting roadblocks and got screwed over and all this other stuff. So maybe you can tell our audience a little bit about that, how you started with the cultivation and cannabis side, and then we can go over into your media empire next.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to go ahead, Jeff? Or?
Well, yeah, we moved initially from Florida out west in the early teens with a quick stopover for a year in Colorado. Did cultivate there as well. Moved on to California in 2012, 2013, and we're operating under Prop 215 as a nonprofit collective, doing basically being able to grow a certain number of plants for each person you got as a patient of your collective, following that caregiver style model. So we did that for a while, and when Prop 19 didn't pass in 2012 is when we realized we needed to actually create a brand behind what we were doing. We were at that time, just Bill and Jeff as individual cultivators, growing small amounts, taking them to dispensaries and being able to sell that way. If Prop 19 had passed in California, we would have been swallowed up by somebody else with a license. And that's when we literally put our faces to the brand and became Beard Bros Farms. Pat took that from 2013 until roughly 2018 when Prop 64 was passing in California. In 2016, we actually got, late 2015, early 2016, we actually got raided here in Los Angeles when we were growing legally underneath a Prop 215 dispensary. That's what made us eligible for social equity in LA. But that comes with a lot of pitfalls as well. They set that up to help people, but without a real support system and infrastructure behind it. So it leads you into scenarios and deals that might not be as advantageous for you as you thought. And we learned the art of the pivot pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, part of our coming around was that we couldn't even continue to cultivate. We had been a legal nonprofit in California from, I believe, 2013 on. And on January 1st of 2018, we became outlaws again as far as cultivation was concerned, because we weren't able to secure a license, us and a lot of other people. So that was one of our pitfalls, was just even trying to make the transition to the legal market.
Wow. So explain to me, like, because you had a run-in with the law, because you were operating compliantly, as I have a very similar experience in my dispensaries. This is I think I now remember what we talked about. And then getting back into it, you also had the ability to go into cultivation under somebody else's license, and then you had social equity, which I think our audience may not understand how social equity works in Los Angeles. Because you had a run-in with the law, you were eligible to receive that social equity. But did that mean you were eligible to receive a license? You were first in line. Like, how does that work?
The way social equity works in Los Angeles is you had to have been, at first it was just convicted. Right. And they didn't have a lot of people come forward, because if you were convicted, 9 times out of 10, you were ruined. Right. They took all your money. They probably took your possessions, your property, and they left you. So there wasn't that many people that could step forward that were convicted. When they changed it to charged or convicted, we became eligible because we beat our charges because we were completely legal, right. Statewide. So a couple of weeks before the deadline came in, we qualified as people who, like you said, were doing compliant business. We were paying the Board of Equalization through the 215 era. We had a compliant business at the time, and you had to either live in a certain zip code of the city, or you had to be a lower income. We ended up qualifying for the lower income part because they had ruined us at the end of 2015. And it took us 3 years to even get back to some semblance of normalcy after they came in and took everything from us. So we qualified on those grounds that we were doing correct business in California, had a charge, a cannabis, nonviolent, only cannabis charge. Right. And then we qualified. And what we had to do is we had to have a partner. So LA did it as kind of like an incubator, to where you had somebody who didn't have the same issues you had, but they had capital in order to help support you. You were then paired with those people so that somebody with a larger influence could come in and help you with a smaller influence to navigate the waters.
So because you had this it's, I guess there's some people can look at it as you had a way to be able to leverage your misfortune, I guess, and then you can partner with somebody who can maybe leverage that for their own purposes. Did you have any run-ins with anybody who was trying to take advantage of that opportunity?
No, we've been very fortunate. Our partner has been very good to us. They've done everything that was required of them and then some. So we got very lucky, but we've heard some really horror stories about people that got in and their sponsors didn't have the spirit of the social equity at heart. They were just clawing their way in. Basically what it did is by partnering with a social equity applicant like ourselves, it allowed somebody who could not operate in Los Angeles the ability to do so because they were attached to us.
Exactly.
Social equity applicant.
Yeah, you answered the question I was trying to ask and I didn't get it out correctly. So yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to say. And then what was the impetus, the kind of idea, the seed for starting to build the media, empire, as I mentioned before? But I just find it fascinating because, and not to, I don't want this to come off in the wrong way. It's not like you guys are out there as John is the editor in chief for Green Entrepreneur. Like you're not reporting on stuff, you're aggregating stuff, and it's really interesting how from doing that it sort of took off. So what was the seed for that?
Well, the seed was us just seeking our own knowledge and trying to wade through the plethora of bad press, bad articles, bad reporting out there. I think that the reason it took off so well for us is because we have a unique perspective from within the industry. A lot of people write about the industry, but they haven't been in it or lived in it. They just have connections to it, which is fine as well, but it just gives us a unique perspective. It came on for us because we were finding articles and information trying to get licensed from basically 16 on. Right. And then we realized that a lot of our contemporaries and our peers didn't have the same information we did or the same knowledge. So we just started putting it up on our social media, and it really became energizing to other people. They didn't have to go read through 50 articles. We did that. We looked at 50 articles and picked probably 2 to 4 that were relevant without repeating themselves. So it really just grew organically. And then in 2018, we started doing our own. We started doing anywhere from 1 to 3 of our own original articles each week to complement the aggregation.
Well, it's perfect for my ADD because I don't like to study, but I love to learn. So for me to click through a couple of things like, oh, all right, I got the gist of it. And it's perfect, like little snippets of information. And then you add that to your comment section. So you're just going through and reading that. I love the format that you guys are presenting.
Well, we appreciate that very much.
And we tried to extend the ease of that out to our Friday session newsletter as well. So the people that aren't on social media all the time get one email from us a week that recaps all of the relevant stories that people like yourself are seeing on our social media each day, making it even easier. So
that's a great idea. Yeah. So is the future to kind of build your brand from a media standpoint and then into having some fire flower and then using that platform to market it?
Absolutely. We got into the media side out of necessity because the cultivation, we kind of foresaw it being taken away from us. Right. And we wanted to be able to stay relevant with people. But yeah, that's the whole thing. We feel like if people trust us for media, we then have an obligation to put out quality products that they can trust as well. So yes, we are obviously eventually going to pair those together to where we can promote ourselves, but also not only ourselves, but the people that we're working with along the way.
Yep, they'll just work hand in hand to accelerate both.
Great. How long have you guys been growing your beards? I'm just curious.
I know it's a good story. It's a good question. And it's a good story. The whole Beard Bros thing came literally organically as well. We had moved from Florida to Colorado, and we had the classic Florida chin strap beards or a little tiny tight goatee, and nothing. It's hot, so we didn't have big beards. When we got to Colorado, we moved into a little town called Nederland, and we had some friends there, but a lot of the people didn't know us, and apparently we looked like feds, which is hilarious to us right now. So everybody was talking about, oh, look, the feds are coming up in here, and they're just coming up in here like that, like there they are. So we're like, we need to change our look. And we looked around Colorado and Nederland in particular, and everybody had a beard. So we said, hey, let's just stop shaving. We spent about a year there. The beards grew out. we came to California because Colorado changed their laws and we couldn't cultivate there the way we had wanted to. So when we came to LA in 2011, the beard thing wasn't a big thing back then. I mean, think about it. A decade ago, beards have become all in vogue now. You know, everybody has a beard now. They weren't a decade ago. So it actually stood us apart. So that is where Beard Bros came from, because in LA, we were one of the few people that had large beards and actually, you know, sported them, so to speak. It was probably, I would say, about 14 or 15 that all the beard oils and the beard everything came out. We just happened to be a few years ahead of it, luckily.
Yeah, you tapped into the hipster culture before it became a thing.
Yeah.
Before Justin Turner just, decided to wear one. And by the way, can I let the record show that I'm the only person in this interview without a beard?
You definitely need to grow a beard. I mean, I have a
Yeah.
That's funny.
I have one of those Florida beards. I think the way Bill is just
No, yours is good. Ours was even similar to it. Yes.
You look like a fed.
Well, I did.
What is it? Do I look like a fed? I mean, I'm trying to.
You're a fed. You definitely look like a fed.
Yeah.
No, I used to be. So when I used to have my dispensaries, I didn't. I don't think I had a beard. I remember what I had. I had the Pitbull look. So everybody thought I looked like Pitbull. It was just like a little bit of the chin and mustache kind of looking thing. So thought I looked like Pitbull, but they used to call me Suit because I didn't wear a suit, but because I didn't fit in like to everybody else.
It looked like a suit.
It's the guy from Entourage, if you remember, they called him Suit as his nickname. So that's what they used to call me too. So I didn't get the Fed, but I'm like, that's the Suit. He's the business guy. I'm like, where do you see that? Oh, I look a certain way. I get it. It makes sense. I thought it was Amish influences. You guys are Pennsylvania. I thought maybe.
Well, I was going to joke that is always what I get about mine. It's just really that I can't grow in